do you use the Save the Cat beat sheet to track multiple points of view? In today's video, we're going to be talking about heroes, plural. What do you do when you have multiple perspectives in your novel and need to juggle multiple character arcs? This is all coming up next. Hello, I'm Jessica Brody, author of Save the Cat Writes a Novel and the founder of the Writing Mastery Academy. Here's a question I get a lot from writers who are using the Save the Cat method to write or revise their novels. If I have multiple point of view characters, do I need multiple beat sheets? The short answer is yes. Let's take a look at that answer in more detail though. The beat sheet is of course referring to the plotting method that I teach in Save the Cat Writes a Novel and my Save the Cat online novel writing course, which you can find more information about in the description below. When we're dealing with a novel that has multiple points of view characters, a simple rule of thumb would be if they're worthy of a point of view, then they're worthy of a beat sheet. In other words, for every POV character in your story, assuming they have a point of view that continues throughout the entire story and is not just sprinkled in sporadically as a plot device, you should track that character's transformative arc with a beat sheet. Because what the Save the Cat beat sheet really is a roadmap for change. It guides us through the character's journey toward thematic growth. And that thematic growth is why we care about the story you're telling us. So therefore, for every character you want us to care about as readers or be invested in as readers, including the antagonist, they should have a trackable arc toward some type of change. So does that mean that every character has all 15 beats of the beat sheet, even beats like the theme stated and the B story and the all is lost? And the short answer to that is also yes. However, characters can, and often do, share beats. For instance, two characters can be each other's B story, and two characters can experience their all is lost at the same time, perhaps with the same whiff of death. And I would imagine if your characters are interacting with each other, they would appear in each other's beats, particularly the longer ones like the fun and games and the bad guys close in. Or you can have multiple POV characters who have their own unique set of 15 beats. This is what my co-author Joanne Rendell and I did in our young adult sci-fi fantasy Sky Without Stars, the first installment in the System Divine trilogy. In this sci-fi reimagining of Les Miserables by Victor Hugo, we have 3 POV characters who all have their own distinct 15 beats. And because it's a revolution story during which the planet of La Terre is spiraling towards civil war, we also crafted what we called a world beat sheet, which tracks the political transformation of the planet as if it were its own character, complete with its own theme-stated beat, which comes on page 71, when General Bonfacon says, "Every estate has its place and purpose. The first estate rules us, like the brain governing the body. We, the second estate, are the heart providing the power and pulse, while the third estate are the legs on which we stand. La Terre is the envy of the System Divine because of how well our beautiful body functions." But it's also important to remember that the beats of multiple characters don't have to come at the same time, nor be the same length. In Sky Without Stars, our third POV character, Alouette, doesn't actually enter the story until page 83, which means she's having her opening image and setup, while the other two characters, Chatine and Marcellus, are already well into their debate beats. And because Alouette's story starts so late, her beats are much more compressed. For example, Alouette's opening image and setup beat are combined and only take up 9 pages, while Chatine's setup is 27 pages and Marcellus's is 14 pages. In fact, most of Chatine's beats are longer than the other characters because she's what I like to call the one true hero of the book. I always recommend, regardless of how many POVs you have, that you choose a one true hero for your plot. This is the character who changes the most and who will serve as the reader's primary guide through the world of your story. For this reason, they are also usually the character we meet first, and naturally they will get the most page time and beat time in your story. For the System Divine trilogy, because we have 3 books and 3 main characters with point of views, we chose to have each character be the one true hero for each of the books. In Sky Without Stars, it's Chatine Renard. If you've read the book, you'll see that she definitely has the biggest arc and the most pages devoted to that arc. She's also the character you meet first. But in Book 2, Between Burning Worlds, the one true hero is Marcellus. Although the other 2 characters continue to change and grow, this is more of his story. He has the biggest reveals, the biggest decisions to make, and the biggest emotional transformation. We also start the story with his POV. And now, as we write and revise Book 3, Suns Will Rise, we're focusing the majority of our beat sheet efforts on Alouette, putting her and her transformative journey front and center in the story, while still making sure that the other characters are continuing to arc as well. So yeah, no one said writing a multiple POV, multiple book series was easy, but it can definitely be a fun challenge. I wish you the best of luck juggling your own multiple POVs. If you'd like to learn more about the System Divine trilogy or Save the Cat Writes a Novel, check out the links in the description below, including a link to my Save the Cat online novel writing course available in the Writing Mastery Academy. Until next time, everyone, happy writing.